My name is Alejandra Rincon. I'm going into my third year at Dalhousie, and I'm double majoring in cinema and media studies and creative writing.
My name is Marissa Smithson. I'm currently in my third year and I'm doing a dual honors degree in classics and the history of science and technology. So the science fiction and film course covers the ways in which science fiction in film has interacted with societal changes, growing fears, and acceptances of technology and science evolving.
The class sort of delves into the real science and technology that inspired some really popular sci-fi films over the years. It's kind of easy to dismiss sci-fi as something that's sort of made up of fantastical, but I think upon closer look, you can see how the science itself is used as a tool to ask some very interesting questions, ethical and philosophical questions about humanity's use of science and technology and how we should or shouldn't use it in the future. I mean, we watched a lot of really popular sci-fi movies and some really obscure ones too. A lot of older movies. Godzilla was one of them. The 1954 Japanese Godzilla. It's very different from other film classes I've taken before because it doesn't focus on the medium so much as the content matter. And as a film and creative writing student, I thought it was really interesting to explore the ways in which a genre, which in this case is sci-fi, can be used to ask some really big questions.
Is science helping us to become more human, or is it allowing us to transcend our humanity and become better than human?
When dealing with science fiction, it makes you question, the limits of human ability. Sometimes you look at a film and you ask yourself, when will humans get to this point? Or when will we develop this technology, and whether or not we should? And I think asking those questions is really, really interesting from a social perspective as well as a storytelling perspective.
So my research paper was about the growing societal fears surrounding the symbiotic relationship between man and machine being surpassed by machine's exponential growth rate in science fiction and film. So the way that film portrays these growing societal fears, but also the hopes that humanity has surrounding what will occur after this has happened. I covered The Matrix and 2001: A Space Odyssey because I found that they were the most poignant examples of machine going from being reliant on man to having a symbiotic relationship with man to surpassing man, and then man struggling to find his place again after this has occurred.
My final paper was about The Martian. I basically asked myself, how does the film's depiction of the exploration of Mars compare to NASA's real plans to explore outer space? Basically, most of the technology depicted in the film is really similar to what NASA has been developing to explore Mars. It's pretty incredible, actually. And technology that doesn't exist yet, such as the Hermes, which is the ship that goes from back and forth from Earth to Mars in the movie. Even though a ship like that doesn't exist yet, that sort of same spinning spacecraft model should be theoretically possible to build even today. It's just that NASA basically doesn't have the money to. Well, honestly, it's a really fun class. You know what I mean? Even though I am a film student, it's not, the sort of science and technology aspect of it is not what I tend to focus on, but I thought it was still really, really interesting. I had a lot of fun with that class.